Your pants, then she'll bend you over and she'll give your bottom a smack.
Welcome back to the Rev Mel Show with my wonderful guest, Lenora Ma'ma. And I guess you have a shout out for someone, don't you?
Yes, hello, boo-boo.
Oh,
Yes.
Boo-boo.
I'm thinking about you.
Boo-boo bunny.
That's right. Those boots have your name on them. Hey, what's this, Donald? What's this about Nancy Sinatra's safe?
Yes, Donald.
I resemble that. I think we can go out on the road.
Yeah, I think two Doms when they sing. And they go, ooh, lucky you,
That wasn't
boo-boo.
us at our best.
No, no, I gotta tell you something. This woman said she doesn't like karaoke, but we went to a bar long time ago, about 3, 4, 5 years ago.
What?
It had to be 4 years ago. It was when I was still with the other, we don't talk about.
Yeah.
So we
The
were.
person who shall not be named.
Yeah, the person who shall not be named. So we went out to do karaoke, and she got up and she had a standing ovation. She blew everybody away. She was awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. She's got an awesome voice. So maybe we can get her to get up
But
and
you wouldn't
sing.
know it by this rendition, but that's okay. Everybody has their bad moments, which is why I don't do karaoke. Normally I suck.
Well, you know what? You know what else I suck at?
What?
Reading. I'm very dyslexic, so I'm going to read this. This was written to me. I got this today.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about this because, this is what she wrote. Hello, Rev Mel. And I didn't make this up, okay? Hello, Rev Mel. I'm certainly a fan, and I've enjoyed seeing you within the community. Just wondering, I know you focus a lot on positive, sexy, fun, and kinky sides of all of this. Do you ever touch on the risk and the dangers? Human trafficking, non-consensual slavery, the international slave trading, rape, and kidnapping are in fact realities that we face today and in the LA community. Especially, I see so many girls new to the scene just jumping in head first without a clue. I am all about submission, but knowing someone for a reasonable amount of time and building trust seems to be going out of the window left and right around me. Maybe I'm overprotective, given that I'm experienced in the horrors myself, but I'm wondering if this safety is being vocalized loudly enough, and if in fact is it. Where do I direct those new to the scene to get the information and the connection they need to be safe? Thank you so much, Gracie. Gracie, thank you for a wonderful letter. We're going to be devoting a little bit of time talking about this. So what do you think about this letter?
Well, globally, honor killings are way out of control. They happen all over the world. Now, that doesn't mean if you go into a dungeon that's going to happen, nor does it mean that you're going to get kidnapped or raped. That being said, a lot of the young girls that are coming into the scene that are submissive are so excited to be a part of this and get so enamored by some of the guys who have a flair about them, shall we say, that they don't understand their limits to begin with. They don't know enough to understand their limits, and they allow themselves to be pulled in by people who have more focus, shall we say, on their own needs than the kids who are coming and who want to submit to them. That's a tough one because that's the same problem of young girls who are going out, with guys and can't say no or are afraid to say no. They'll lose the respect of their peers, they think. And of course, I think if you are going in alone, it would be good if you come with a friend when you go to a dungeon. Let's say you're going to a dungeon or a big party like the bondage ball, for instance. It'd be a good idea if you come in with a friend. Or if you go to a dungeon, just like I said, just allow yourself to be quiet. You don't have to be going off with anybody. Certainly the people that run the dungeons have everything to gain from keeping you safe. If you say somebody is bothering you, usually somebody will do something about it. And you'll see the women there that you think, like Rev Mel, me, you'll see women there who you feel comfortable with, and you can say to them, look, I'm new in the scene. What can I do? I just like to hang out with you so you can watch. And the best thing before you get involved with anybody is watch them play before you allow yourself to be played. Because just like making love, people can't lie when they play. You can tell everything about them. Are they totally self-engrossed? Do they take the time to really connect with you or the person that you're watching get played? How do they interact with other people? You can tell everything by just watching them. It's just like in bed. People can't lie if they're selfish or if they're kind and if they're compassionate, if they're generous. Everything comes out. So if you allow yourself just to go slowly as opposed to getting so excited about being a star, which of course can be very intoxicating.
Okay.
You've got lights, you've got people taking pictures, you've got people applauding maybe, and you want to be a part of that. And I have seen someone getting played for the first time by someone who was very flashy and very good at, I don't even want to say if it was a he or a she, but she was getting played too hard, too fast. She was new because this person was not even looking at this person getting played, not even looking at them. So, if somebody goes like this, it's a clue that maybe something's too much or they're furrowed. They weren't being asked, they weren't being touched, the person was staying far away from them, there was no contact, and this person was new. So don't let that person be you. Eventually, you're going to get your moment. I certainly understand public play and wanting people to think you're great. Who doesn't?
Mm-hmm.
We've all got egos. We're all in that same place. I love public play. But you can allow yourself to be safe.
Safety is very important in our community, and it is it's just because someone says I'm a dominant doesn't mean you have to trust them. Doesn't mean you have to honor them. They have to prove themselves to you just as much as you have to prove yourself to them. Take your time. Form friendships. If you're a submissive, form friendship with other submissive women or other submissive men. Never lose your voice. Your voice is so important. It will keep you safe. Never be so afraid that you'll be able to tell one of your friends, oh, we got a phone call.
Yeah. Yeah, I have been approached on more than one occasion. Are you going to listen?
We got a phone call. Hello, it's Rev Mel. You're on the air.
Oh.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt the wonderful Lenora Ma'ma for a phone call, but
Hi,
I wanted
sweetheart.
to just say,
And who are we speaking to?
oh, this is Arizona Looking Tide.
Hi, baby.
Hi. Great information, great shares there, but I typed in the chat room too that it's not just women that are going through this. It's a gender
Absolutely.
Yes.
thing, happening to men and women alike, new and sometimes the eager, as it were. When we're so eager to get what other people are getting,
Mm-hmm.
what other people are seeing, us do, they want to jump right in.
Yeah.
And that's where we have to take pause and just say, whoa, wait a minute.
And just watch.
And kind of check ourselves.
Just as I was talking about the worst thing being said to a kid on the playground is that you throw like a girl, there's sometimes the feeling from men who want to submit that they feel like, oh my God, I shouldn't be submitting to a woman, especially because you're betraying the cause, and some men who you may that men who receive may feel are looking down on them. So I would say that that's where the psychology needs to be really cleared away, because my view of men who submit is that it's a power walk that takes a lot of guts, and you're absolutely right. In fact, I had a young man who was my boy at the time, and I was playing him at a public play situation. It was, and the public was invited. It wasn't just people in the scene. And some drunk came on and started trying to paw my boy. It was a guy trying to paw me. He was straight, and I had to step in and say, "You need to take your hands off. This is my property," kind of thing. But yes, absolutely. I only addressed women because it was a woman who was talking about the problem of who had written the letter. So I was addressing it to women. But you're absolutely right. Men should do the same thing.
I tend to expand on things, so.
No, you were absolutely right.
So,
right on.
AZ Rope and Tide, give us a suggestion on how either male or female can protect themselves and stay
Well,
safe.
you know, what you were touching on right before I connected with the phone call, use that community. The submissive networking within your own local community is amazing. If someone is dangerous, if someone is a predator, that submissive network just by itself will say, hey, wait a minute, you might not want to, or you might want to take pause, or you might want to observe XYZ person instead of just saying, yes, tie me up to a winch and throw me over the Grand Canyon. This sounds like fun. You know, you need to observe on your own, definitely.
Well, in the chat room, they're saying
saying
a buddy system. They're saying stick together. It's really amazing on how many comments are coming out in the chat room. What I want to suggest to our community, I have a great space here. I would like to do a thing called The Gathering, and it'll be called The Gathering, Let's Keep It Safe. It will be a place where we'll have a once a month meeting where submissives and dominants can come and we can talk about safety and how to stay protective and to give support. It'll be a support group. How does that sound?
That's a wonderful idea.
That's a great idea.
That's a wonderful idea. But you know what? Early on, I would say in my BDSM path, I too was what I put it as eager. You know, I really want this, and it's my desire. It's who I am. Gimme, gimme, gimme. And I'll share this. I was almost killed a couple of times.
Wow.
There was a person who said after I was bound that, hey, I'm in a medical play. Let's see how much blood comes out of me.
Oh, my God. Well, see, you touched on something I was going to say. Don't allow yourself to be tied up by anybody that you don't know. And you had a horrible experience, because what can you do? I mean,
no,
you can't get away.
I got away, fortunately. That's what saved my butt, is I got away. And, you know, later on, that same person was convicted of a crime. And if I had not gotten away, I might have been a statistic.
Oh, my God. Well, now that I know who's calling, thank God, because you're very special.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling.
You're a very special person.
Thank you, AZ Rope and Tide. Looking for, and
You're
remember,
welcome.
we got the couch here for you.
Yeah.
I'm working on that right now. Thank
okay,
you.
Great. Thank you for calling. You called the Rev Mel Show with a wonderful guest, Lenora Ma'ma. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a very real problem, and I'm so glad he brought that up. Please don't let a stranger tie you up. And, you know, I had a friend of mine who would answer ads and go to people's houses. It scared the hell out of me. I was so relieved when she got married to a guy that she just adored and didn't need to have that sense of danger anymore. You know, we can create danger for you in fantasy scenes
and keep it safely.
Oh, you know, I personally I will be happy to scare the shit out of you and have you come out of it in one piece. You know, psychologically and physically. Don't let yourself be tied up ever, unless you really know somebody. And for safety's sake, if they haven't tied you up before and you don't know them that well, do it publicly.
Public is a good place. And also, we have a question from the chat room. We also have another phone call. Let's take this phone call first. We'll get to the question. Say, hello, it's Rev Mel. You're on the air.
Hi, it's
hello, who are we speaking to?
Hello,
Sage Woman.
Hi, Sage. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Ready for
I'm
lap
glad
dance?
I saw you guys Friday night, and I wanted to say when I had left the lifestyle about 8 years ago because I ran into what I call the bottom feeders of the community, people who claim that they were the community, but they're just some really messed up people hiding behind their computers. And when they came out, it was awful. And
well, we're having a hard time hearing you, but from what I